Okay, I want to do a new video showing you how to export things from Quizlet to other study platforms, because Quizlet to me is the easiest way to build flashcards and to use their games, but not all students like Quizlet as much. Sometimes they like Gimkit, or even the younger students prefer Blooket. So if you've got a list of terms, any term on the left with, a tab between that and the definition, you can import into Quizlet. And if I had some ready, I could show you what I mean. But I'm going to go to my library and show you where and how my classes work. So if I go into medical terminology and I just open up, let's go in alphabetical and like chapter 1, the intro to medical terminology. Once you're here, in order for you to export, you're going to click on the three little dots here and you're just going to export, and it'll show you here, there's my word parts with the meaning over here, and then the entire like chapter is there. So you can copy the text and it's copied. Then if you want to go to Gimkit, and I think I do pay for a little, I know I pay for Quizlet Plus so I can do more things with it, but Gimkit may be paid as well. If you're going to make a new kit, you're going to call this Midterm Chapter 1, and I'm going to star it so that I know it was a little practice when I did for the video. Next, you can do something like terminology, and they have little pictures that you can look up. Neoplasm, maybe, whatever the thing is about. You might be able to find something else that's more on point for what that is. So you're going to select create for with flashcards and then hit import. All you have to do when you get here is just Control V to paste that, and then you create, and boom, there they are. There's all of the words, word parts, everything all in one. And I really don't know in what order it does that, because it looks like to me that I guess that sort of alphabetical, and then it flips. So I don't really know. So then you just click all done and you're done. You're done with that one. To do that in Blooket, it's the same kind of thing. So once you are in your Blooket, you're just going to click create. You're going to give it a title. Again, I can just call it Midterm Chapter 1. I'm going to mark it since I already have one, but click on Quizlet import, even though it can be other things, but Quizlet import's about the easiest if you already have it. And honestly, if you have the ability to copy someone else's stuff in Quizlet, you can make it with that too. You're going to click create. You don't have to search Quizlet. You're just gonna, it can connect you there if you want. Or for me, since I've already copied it, I can just say next step, and it's giving me the instructions here. I'm going to go all the way to the end, and then I'm just going to Control V that again. The flip questions and answers, you can check it. What I think Blooket normally does is it kind of flip-flops it. So I'm going to do flip questions and answers. So then I've got the terms. Had I not done that, it was probably going to give me them in the reverse order. And then once you do this on Blooket, you're just going to save the set. You can arrange all of this stuff into folders if you want. If I come back here to Quizlet, if this was a new Quizlet, then I can add it to a class and tell it which class I want it to be in. Same thing with the Gimkit. I can make that set and then click all done. It's going to pop up in a second, and then you can add it to a folder, and I could put it in my medical terminology, either in the chapters or whatever. And the same thing with Blooket. Once this is done, it will allow you to arrange it. The only thing on Blooket is that it does not automatically put them in an order, like your latest one. So here you can put it into a folder by doing it that way. So those are the different ways you can do that. And then on Blooket you can host. There's supposed to be a homework kind of a feature now on these, so you can, like for me, put in your school. If you want to say I'm not part of a school or district, then you could just assign it to your students, and it'll give you a link. And yeah, so they can either QR code it, you can post that link right there in Google Classroom or whatever learning management system you use. Gimkit kind of works the same way. You can click on this, and if you wanted to say play live, you can do that in class. You can share the practice link here. You can also you could export that the other way. You can go back up here, and it's being a little bit slow. You can assign homework. When you assign homework, you get to share. You can you have to choose the type of game. It doesn't let you just do anything on the actual homework. But when you click this and you do practice, it's just the standard for choice and term type of thing. And then I think on Blooket, when they do this, they can choose between a list of games that they can play. Quizlet, what I normally do for my students is Learn. Learn does where a group of different things, so they have to do a multiple choice. If they're doing that, it'll keep taking them through these, and then sometimes they'll have to spell them, or maybe type in the answer, and it gives them, I guess, 150. By the time they get through this, they should have a good idea of the repetition. So that is how you export and kind of the general idea of how those work.